Welcome back. This session is about token bucket algorithm for traffic shaping. We have seen the leaky bucket algorithm for the same, right? The case of leaky bucket algorithm, the output is always at a constant rate, no matter how much bursty is the input traffic. You remember the diagram, right? The host may have a bursty traffic, but coming to this leaky bucket, always output in a regulated flow. But it's better to allow some burstiness in the output according to the input, right? Of course, the output should be regulated flow to avoid congestion and all, but it's preferred to give some fast response to bursty traffic. That is one of the aim of this token bucket algorithm. Also, in the case of leaky bucket algorithm, if new packets arrives when the corresponding bucket is full, what happens? That the corresponding packets are discarded, right? So, an algorithm which will not lose packets to the maximum. That's also preferred. So, these are the two reasons behind the design of this token bucket algorithm. Here also we have a leaky bucket, but which hold tokens instead of the data packets. Okay, so this leaky bucket is used to hold tokens, and these tokens are generated by a clock at the rate of 1 token per every fixed time intervals, say delta t seconds. For a packet to be transmitted, it must capture and destroy 1 token. So whenever there is some tokens in the bucket, the corresponding host can send data. In this example, we have a host machine with 5 different packets to be transmitted, but we have only 3 tokens currently in the leaky bucket. So 3 of these packets can be sent and the remaining 2 have to wait. So the benefit here is that on every clock tick a new token will be generated. And suppose there is a heavy traffic, a heavy burst from this host computer for the time being. So only those packets which can capture and destroy a token from this leaky bucket can be transferred, definitely, right? The other have to wait. It will not be discarded. That's the main point here. And later, suppose this host computer is idle for some time. During that time, also there will be new tokens generated by this leaky bucket, and the remaining packets of the previous heavy burst can be transferred now using these tokens. Okay, that's the main benefit here. So coming to the implementation of the basic version of this token bucket algorithm is very simple. Using a simple variable, we can implement that, and that variable is used to count the tokens. Okay, so this counter is incremented by 1 every delta t second to indicate that this much number of tokens are there, and decremented by 1 whenever a packet is sent. Okay, and when the counter is 0, no packets can be sent. Coming to the implementation of byte count variant, that type of algorithm is used if the packets are of variable size, right? So in that case, the rule is it can transfer up to k bytes using a single token. So counter is incremented by k bytes every delta t second, and it will be decremented by the length of each packet sent. How many bytes are already sent, that much will be decremented by from the counter. Okay. Here also, when the counter hits 0, no packets can be sent or no bytes can be sent. If we compare this token bucket algorithm with leaky bucket algorithm, the main difference is that the leaky bucket algorithm does not allow idle host to save up permission to send large bursts later, right? Suppose the host is idle now, the corresponding clock ticks are simply wasted. Nothing will be done. But later, if there is a heavy traffic, then also a constant rate only the data can be sent, right? But in case of token bucket algorithm, a new token is generated in every delta t interval, right? So if the corresponding host is idle now, those tokens will be there in the bucket. So if there is a heavy burst later, those tokens can be captured, and the corresponding packets can be sent using this idle period tokens, right? So the token bucket algorithm does allow saving up to maximum size of the bucket. N tokens can be there in the bucket, so that much bursty traffic can be allowed by this token bucket. Another difference is that token bucket algorithm throws away token when the bucket fills up, right? Maximum size of the bucket is to hold n different tokens, not packets. So if the bucket is full, that is n tokens are there, only the tokens, that is the transmission capacity, will be thrown away, but never the packets. Packets will be there, and later if there is some token generated when corresponding host is idle, these packets can be sent using that tokens. Okay, so losing of data is also less in case of this token bucket algorithm. Whereas in case of leaky bucket algorithm, it discards packet because the packets are filled into this bucket. So depending on the capacity of the corresponding bucket, the remaining packets will be discarded. Okay. So this is all about traffic shaping. Thank you.